Hello students, welcome to another session of trigonometry. In today's session, we are going to learn about the trigonometric values of the chapter 11, that is trigonometry in class 10th. Now, here I'll be giving you a simple way how to remember the whole tabular column of the trigonometric values, wherein this trigonometric values will be useful for us in our exercise problems. Wherever the values are coming, we can apply it. And no need of by hearting this table, I'll give you a simple way how to remember this table. Now let's get started, and also in the session we are going to deal with the complementary angles and also few problems in exercise 11.2. Let's get started quickly. Now here we have all the 6 trigonometric ratios which we have learned in our previous sessions. Those who have not watched those sessions, previous sessions of the trigonometry, do watch them just by clicking on the I button. Right. Now here all the 6 trigonometric ratios we learned, that is sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant and cot, isn't it? So for this we want the values. Values means 0 degrees, sine 0 degrees, sine 30 degrees, sine 60 degrees, sine 45 degrees, sine 90 degrees likewise. So how to remember them, I'll tell you. Now if you take the sine function, okay, the sine trigonometric ratio, now I'll simply remember 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right. Now starting with 0, ending with 4. Okay. Now if I suppose this as 0 degrees, 30 degrees, okay, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Let me suppose them. Now I'll start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've ended with 4, so I'll divide with 4 throughout. Okay, I'll be dividing with 4 all the values. Right. After dividing, then I'll apply square root. Okay, for all the values. Square root of 1 by 4, square root of 0 by 4, square root of 2 by 4, square root of 3 by 4, as well as square root of 4 by 4. Okay, now 0 by 4 square root completely, any 0 by anything gives 0 only. Square root of 0 is 0 only value. Okay, now here we can write it as square root of 1 by square root of 4. We can divide the square roots. Okay, and also square root of 2 by square root of 4. Right, square root of 3 by square root of 4. Here again square root of 4 by square root of 4. Okay, I have divided the square root. Here square root of 0 by square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 0 by 2 is 0 again. So I didn't write this, right? Here 0. Square root of 1 is 1, whereas square root of 4 is 2. Isn't it? Now square root of root 2 is root 2 here, and square root of 4 is just 2. Okay, here we can also see that here I can also cancel off this. Okay, let me keep square root of 3 by square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 4 is 1 and 1. 1 upon 1 is just 1. Right, here also if you see, if I cancel off in 2, we have 2 square roots. 2, isn't it? Can cancel off 2. So here root 3 by 2. Here 1 by 2 and 0. That means the values are 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1. Okay, I'll explain you. I'll repeat it again. See what I've done. See, for values of sine functions or cos or anything, we'll start with 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45, 60 and 90. Right. Now here, I'll start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. And I'll divide, see here, then I've divided by 4 because I've stopped till 4, I've divided by 4. Then I've taken the square roots. After taking the square roots, I've written the values. Square root of 0, here 1 by 4, here 2 by 4. Here itself we can cancel 2 ones, 2 twice. So that comes to 1 by 2. Likewise also you can do it here, 2 ones, 2 twos. Right, 1 by 2. Square root of 1 by 2 is 1 by root 2 we get. Okay, now here root 3 by 2 and 1. So all values you get. So here What I mean to tell, this is a simple way, no need of remembering. So these are the values of 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees of sine. Okay, for sine theta, suppose. So remember these values: 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1 simply. Then we will do the complete table. Now students, now we got these values. Okay, now if you remember the sine values 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1, simply you can fill the complete table. Okay, these are all the values. I have drawn the table: sine, cos, tan, cot, secant and cosecant. Now what values we got here? For sine 0 degrees we got 0, sine 30 degrees we got 1 by 2, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, sine 60 is root 3 by 2 and sine 90 is 1. Okay, so we got only the sine values, and if you remember only the sine values, you can fill the complete table on your own. Right, now coming to cos. Here, how do I write the cos table? Here, you can just crisscross the values. Sine 90 degrees is equal to cos 0 degrees. So what I am doing, I am placing this here. I am placing here this value. Whereas sine 60 is cos 30. So root 3 by 2 here. And this value here. Crisscross. I am doing crisscross. That's all. And the same thing I am writing. I don't know the cos values, but I only know the sine values. For the sine values, what I am doing? Here sine 90 is cos and sine 0 is cos 90. 60 is 30 here. 30 is 60 and 45 is 45. So what we are doing here, the concept of complementary angles comes here. Now here, sine, see here, sine 90 minus some theta. Okay, 90 degrees minus theta is equal to cos theta. Why? They are called as the complementary angles. Okay, complementary pair. Complementary angles. Now, what do we mean by this? Here I got sine 90 degrees is equal to cos 0 degrees. Sine 90 degrees minus 0 is equal to cos 0 we got here. If you suppose here sine 90, the value is equal to cos 0 degrees. Okay, sine 90 is equal to cos 0. Likewise, if you see sine 30 degrees is equal to cos 60 degrees. So that means 30, 60, complementary pair. 0 and 90, complementary pair. They are called as trigonometric complementary angles. So here sine and cos are the complementary pair. Right, here also sine 45 degrees is equal to cos 45 degrees. Sine 30 degrees is equal to cos 60 degrees. So they form a complementary pair. Now coming to the tan values. Now how I got this? Just by crisscrossing the values. The concept is complementary angles. Now tan, we know that tan is sin theta by cos theta, isn't it? So sin theta value is this, cos theta value is this. So 0 divided by 1 is 0 simply, and 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. If you divide this, 2 and 2 gets cancelled. The denominator left over is 1 by root 3. Okay. Sin by cos, sin 45 by cos 45 is tan 45. So can cancel off 1 upon 1. So 1 only. And here, if you divide these two, 2 cancel, root 3 by 1, that comes to root 3 only. And here 1 by 0 is not defined. It is infinity. Okay, not defined. Isn't it? Now, this is the tan values. How did I get? By just dividing the sine by cos, because tan itself is sine by cos. Now, and for the cot values, cot we know that is a multiplicative inverse of tan, isn't it? It is a multiplicative inverse, that is the reciprocal of tan. So 1 by tan is cot, isn't it? So 1 by 0, here not defined. Okay. or else you can also crisscross the value. See here, sine 90 degrees is equal to cot 0 degrees. Tan 0 degrees is equal to cot 90 degrees. So crisscross the values just here. This root 3 here, 1 by root 3 here, and 1 here. What does it mean when I'm crisscrossing? That means these two form a complementary pair. Now there is a specialty for tan and cot. They are not only the multiplicative inverse of one another, and also they form a complementary pair. That means tan 90 minus theta is cot theta. Okay, tan here 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta. That means if you see here, see tan 60 degrees is equal to 90 minus 60 is 30, isn't it? Cot 30. So likewise, you can also take tan 45 is equal to cot 90 minus 45, again 45. So cot 45. So that means tan and cot, they not only form a complementary pair, but also they are the reciprocals or the multiplicative inverse. Only for tan and cot, this is a specific thing. Now for secant, now how do I get the values of secant? We know that secant is the multiplicative inverse of cos. Okay, 1 by cos is secant, or cos is equal to 1 by secant. They are the multiplicative inverse. So what we have to do? We have to divide 1 by cos values, you get secant. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 1 divided by root 3 by 2. So this comes to the top, 2 by root 3. Right. 1 divided by 1 by root 2 comes to root 2 by 1. So simply root 2. 1 divided by 1 by 2, that is 2. 2 by 1, 2. So 1 divided by 0 is not defined. Infinity you can write. It is not defined. 1 by 0. Okay. Now simply we can also do the crisscross method. Not defined here. Okay. That means secant and cosecant are the complementary pair. Now here 1, write it here, crisscross the values, 2 here, 2 by root 3 here, and root 2 here. Okay. Now also we can also check, see I have crisscrossed, I have got sine value, I have crisscrossed and got the cos. I have written tan by sine by cos, I have written tan. Then I have crisscrossed, I got cot. Secant 1 by cos, isn't it multiplicative? So I got 1 by dividing 1. So I got this. Then I've crisscrossed, I've got cosecant. That means secant and cosecant form a complementary pair. So if you see here, secant 90 minus theta is equal to cosecant theta. That means you can also take any value. Secant 60 degrees is equal to cosecant 30 degrees. Likewise, secant 45 degrees is equal to cosecant 45 degrees. Okay. That means they form a complementary pair. Whereas for secant, multiplicative inverse is cos. Whereas for cosecant, multiplicative inverse is sine. Okay. Don't get confused with the multiplicative inverse and the complementary angles. Only for the case of tan and cot, they are the multiplicative inverse for one another, as well as they are the complementary angles. For sine and cos, this form a pair of complementary. Secant and cosecant, pair of complementary. But secant and cos are multiplicative inverse. Sine and cosecant are multiplicative inverse. So what I did, if I know the value of sine values, that is 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1, only one value, I can fill the complete table. Okay, so likewise you can do it. Please pause the video and note it down. Now see here the table I have written and complementary angles. I don't know the complete table. I just only know that sine values have filled up the table. Likewise, so for you the complementary angles are here. For suppose, now I told sine and cos, they form a complementary pair, isn't it? But for sine, they form a complementary pair. So when we compare, correlate, only we can remember things. Okay. So I'm comparing and correlating so that you can remember it very easily. Sine and cos are complementary pair, whereas sine and, for sine cosecant is, sine and cosecant is what? They are the multiplicative inverse. That means reciprocal. So sine is equal to 1 by cosecant, or cosecant is equal to 1 by sine. That's what is called as multiplicative inverse. Okay. So remember this, sine and cos, cosecant. Sine and cosecant are multiplicative inverse, whereas sine and cos are complementary angles. Okay. Now for tan and cot, okay, they form complementary as well as multiplicative inverse. And the multiplicative inverse, okay, I have written it in the short form. Now here, that means for complementary means tan 90 degrees is equal to cot 0 degrees, tan 60 degrees is equal to cot 30 degrees. That means complementary. And whereas multiplicative inverse means tan is equal to 1 by cot. Okay, that is the multiplicative inverse. So only for tan and cot, they both are complementary as well as multiplicative inverse. Now coming to the last one, secant and cosecant. Okay, they form, what they form? The complementary angles. Okay, that means secant 30 is equal to cosecant 60, secant 45 is equal to cosecant 45, secant 0 is equal to cosecant 90. Whereas if they form the complementary, and here for secant, multiplicative inverse is cos. Okay, for secant, multiplicative inverse is cos. So this you have to remember. These two are, secant and cos are multiplicative inverse. Secant is equal to 1 by cos, or cos is equal to 1 by secant. That means they are reciprocal to each other, whereas secant and cosecant form the complementary pair. So don't get confused. If you correlate the complementary and the multiplicative inverse, you will be easily understanding. So with this concept, we will quickly start the exercise problems. Note it down. Now exercise 11.2, I have noted the 3 problems here. Evaluate the following: sine 45 plus cos 45, the second problem and the third problem. Now this is completely based on the values, so we have to be perfect in the values. Now how do I remember the table? Like, you can write in the rough part, in the rough work, if you know the sine values, how to jot down the complete table, I have told you. Otherwise, if you know only sine functions, now let me, this is the rough work. Okay. Now there is another method. These type of questions you will be getting for 1 mark, half mark and 2 marks for your examination. Right, the values, the problems on the values, trigonometric values. Here, if writing the table in the rough part, if you feel that it is difficult, like if you feel it is very hard, or it is taking more of space, then you can, what you can do, then another method to remember, that is bring all the functions, whatever it is, cos, secant, cosecant, into sine function. Okay, that is another method. Bring to the sine function, because where we know the sine values, sine 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90, isn't it? So likewise here, sine 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. So these values you have to remember. Sine 0 is 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1. So these values, if you remember, bring all the values to the sine function so that I can apply. Or else just write the table, the tabular column in the rough part and substitute the values. Now here let's get started with the first problem, sine 45 and cos 45. We know that sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Yes, sine 45 is 1. I don't know cos 45, but sine and cos are complementary, isn't it? So if sine 45 is 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is also 1 by root 2, because here they are complementary. So this is again 1 by root 2. So if I take root 2 as the LCM, it comes to 1 plus 1 here. So that means 2 by root 2. Now in 2 we have 2 root 2's, isn't it? Root 2 whole square also we can write this. 2 I can write square gets cancelled, only 2, right? If you cancel off 1 square root, you get only root 2. Okay, what I did, just cancelling of only root 2, I got root 2. Here 2 root 2s are there, root 2 I got cancelled, only 1 root is left over, so that value. Now coming to the second one, here cos 45 is, this is complementary to sine. I am bringing this to sine function. Cos 45 is sine 45. Sine 45 I know 1 by root 2, right? Now here secant 30. I don't know the value of secant 30. Okay. Now secant 30 is here. This is all the rough part. Okay. Secant 30. Now what is the complementary angle of secant is cosecant, isn't it? So it becomes cosecant 60 because they are complementary. Secant and cosecant are complementary. So 30, so 60. Now cosecant I can change into sine. Cosecant into sine. So this is nothing but 1 by sine 60. Okay. What am I doing? Any trigonometric ratio, bring it into the sine function using the complementary and the multiplicative inverse concept. 1 by sine 60, that is, I know only the sine value. So sine 60 is root 3 by 2. 1 upon root 3 by 2, it comes to up. So that comes to 2 by root 3. So secant 30 is 2 by root 3. Do that in the rough part and just substitute the values here. 2 by root 3 here plus. Now cosecant 60. Here cosecant 60 is 1 by sine 60 because they are multiplicative. So the same thing, 2 by root 3. 2 by root 3. Okay. Now here take 1 by root 2. Here if you take root 3, so 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. Now this becomes 1 by root 2 into, if you bring this to the upper part, it becomes a reciprocal, root 3 by 4. So the value is root 3 by 4 root 2, simply. Okay, bring this root 3 by 4 root 2 is the value of this. Here secant 30 degrees. Again I am repeating, secant 30 degrees I have changed into sine value. Secant 30 is the complementary angle, so it is cosecant 60. Now cosecant 60 is 1 by sine 60, isn't it? So 1 by sine 60 value substitute, you get 2 by root 3. The same, cosecant 60, 2 by root 3. So this comes to the LCM part. If you take 4 by root 3 here, bring it to the top, it becomes this. This is the value of the second one. Now the third part, see here, sine 30. I know the sine 30 value, 1 by 2 plus tan 45. So tan 45 here. Tan 45 is equal to sine 45 by cos 45. Okay. Now again sine 45 by cos 40. What is the complementary for cos? Is again sine. So sine 45. So this comes to 1. No need of substituting. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, that comes to 1. So tan 45 is clearly 1. Okay. So 1 minus cosecant 60. We got cosecant 60 somewhere here. 1 by sine 60, that is 2 by root 3. So 2 upon root 3 by here cot 45. Cot is complementary to tan, isn't it? So tan 45, cot 45, just 1. 1 upon 1 is 1. Cos 60 here, cos 60 degrees is nothing but sine 30 because they are complementary. Now sine 30 value I know 1 by 2. So 1 by 2. So what am I doing here? Bringing all the functions into the sine function because I only remember sine functions. That is one method, or else you can do another method, that is jotting the tabular column so that you can substitute the values. Now minus secant 30 degrees. Now here secant is again, you can write it here. Likewise do this part or this part. Secant 30 is here cos. It is a multiplicative inverse, right? And 1 by cos 30 degrees. Cos 30 degrees is sine 60 degrees. So that means 1 upon root 3 by 2. That comes to 2 by root 3. Here, this I did another way. I have taken the multiplicative inverse. Then I have substituted the complementary. Here I have taken the complementary. Then I have done the multiplicative. Either way you can do. just bring it into the sign functions. Then you can write down. So that comes to minus, here minus is there, 2 by root 3. Now clearly see these two values here, half plus half plus half plus 1 minus 2 by root 3 minus 2 by. That means the complete I can cancel off. This comes to 1 upon 1, that is just 1. Okay, so there are two more problems in the same bit. Okay, do it for yourself by doing this method or the tabular column method. Do the method with using the values here. So I hope you have understood the trigonometric values and the complementary angles today. We will see the next part of the exercise 11.2 in our next session. Thank you all.